Good day everyone and welcome to today's training session. This is to officially welcome each and every one of you to this very session of our training of our course on solar power system installations. Yes, what we are here to do right now is what we have always done, is what we have always promised you guys, is what we have always found joy in doing. And what is that? It is what we call system designs, solar power system designs. Yes, you guys came into the training platform having it in mind to acquire the knowledge of solar power system installations. Most of you are in the field, some of you are new to this field, but we are also here to make sure that both those who are new and those who are already professionals in this field, you both find value in what we are doing right here. And that is the reason how and why we came up with this course called system designs. Yes, solar power system designs. That is what we call it. Okay, that's what we call the solar power system designs. How did we arrive here? What made us arrive here? We arrived here due to the fact that during the end of our training, that is the first session we had on WhatsApp platform, during the end of that training session, during the questions and answers period, some questions always come in. What is the question? How do you know your various sizes of solar components to make use of? Inverter, solar inverter to make use of, solar batteries that will be able to power the facility. And we keep telling you guys, those of you who care to ask, that all you needed to know firstly was to have a very good idea of that topic we have always called energy audit. Okay, energy audit. And as we always have it, energy audit is divided into two. On one hand, it tells you about your energy need, and on the other hand, it helps you to size your various solar components. So when we say your energy audit tells you your energy need, it typically informs you that the first step in every solar system setup is the system designs. What we mean by system designs is you having a fair idea of the energy requirement of that facility. That is what we call the energy need of that facility. To further throw light to that, the energy need of that facility is telling you that, or is trying to find out from you to know the various quantity, number of appliances, sizes of the appliances. When I say sizes, I'm not talking about in terms of the ratings, okay? In terms of the ratings in watt of that appliance that you are trying to power up. How many of those appliances are in that facility? So you must have a very good idea of these things before you can be able to say, okay, you have 4 solar panels to install, the size of inverter system to be given out, and also the number of batteries to also install. So you guys are welcome. It's going to be an interesting journey. Yes, it's going to be an interesting journey. It is system design, which means we are going to be doing a whole lot of calculations. Yes, a whole lot of explanation, a whole lot of calculations, a whole lot of designs. For those of you who are scared of calculations like myself, you don't need to be scared, because at our platform Vatfield Tech, we try as much as possible to make these things very easy. Okay, we break it down to the barest minimum so that anybody, even if you are not an electrical person, okay, or you are just trying to venture into the field of electricity, or you're just trying to, because you find passion in solar energy, in green energy, you just want to give people that enjoyable moment or happy life, that is why you are venturing into solar, will make it very easy for you to understand these calculations, basic calculations. Okay, in as much as we also move from basic to advanced to master. Okay, but trust me when I say we are going to make it very, very easy. Those of you who have attended our trainings in the past know how we do those things, so you don't need to worry yourself at all. Like I have explained earlier, energy audit helps you to take care of two things. One, it helps you to know your energy need of a facility, and two, it uses the information of the energy need for that facility to size your various solar components. That is what your energy audit does for you, and that is the basis of solar power system installations. Without this, you can never be a professional in this field. No matter how much experience you have as an electrical engineer in the field, without you having a proper knowledge of energy audit, you can never be a good solar system installer or an engineer. Moving ahead, when we say energy audit helps you to take care of the energy need of the facility, we are simply trying to tell you that you want to know how much energy that your facility is going to be consuming. We want to know how much energy those your appliances would be consuming when they are being powered up using the solar system. We also want to know how much energy will be drawn from the system. All this information is what we'll be needing in order for us to size your various solar system components. Take for instance, if a facility is having like 10 appliances to be powered up, and from that 10 appliances to be powered up, after going through energy audit, we have found out that those 10 appliances consume say 4,000 watts. Ordinarily, you as an electrical engineer, a professional electrical engineer, will know that 5,000 watts would be needing something like also 5,000 watt capacity of solar system to power it up. Yes, that is correct, but that is not the way it should go as a professional in this field. That is the point. As a professional in this field, you are expected to also go through rigorous tests, go through rigorous processes of designing, of calculating, of sizing the various solar components. So, like I cited earlier, you have an energy need of 4,000 watts. That is to say, you need to power up an amount of appliance rated 4,000 watts or 5,000 watts thereabout. You are expected to then use that information to size your inverter system, which will be able to accommodate that your 5,000 watt worth of load. You also need to size and calculate your battery system, which will be able to power up that your 4,000 watt worth of load or 5,000 watt worth of load. You also need to size the solar charge controller, which will be able to recharge those your batteries, those your various number of batteries please. You also need to design the number of the size of the solar panel and number of the solar panels suitable to power up this your facility of 4,000 watts. You are sizing your solar panel in such a way that it is going to be able to power up that 5,000 or 4,000 watts worth of load during the day when the sun is at its peak. That is one. Two, you will size your solar panels in such a way again that it can be able to recharge those your or that your size of solar batteries. Now, while you are doing all these things, you are taking into consideration certain parameters such as backup time, such as tolerance, such as safety factor, such as charging current. There are a whole lot of factors to be taken into consideration, or parameters, standard parameters. That's what we call it on this platform, standard parameters. You can also talk about the efficiency or efficiency factor of your solar panels. Those are the things you need to talk about when you talk about your system designs. That is why we say, we have always said, we have always believed in the act of system design more than your act of system installation. We believe strongly that anyone can actually do a solar system setup, yes, which is what the installation, but not everyone can do a solar system design if you have not known the process or procedures. I hope we are together. If you can hear me, if I'm communicating properly, please let me know. Let me see a thumbs up. Let me see a thumbs up. Let me know that you can hear me properly, please. Are you guys there? Okay, Mr. Nyambe can hear me. Who else can hear me? Or is it the only one? Alright, Mr. Yewole can hear me. Mr. Davison can as well hear me. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone who can hear me. Alright, so I'm going to be sharing my screen right now. I'm going to be sharing my screen right now. And then sharing my screen. I believe you all can see what I'm sharing on my screen right now. So this is the topic, energy audit, that we are taking, and this is from that manual we told you guys. Some of you already have this training material anyway, so some of you have it already. So it's a well prepared training material, training manual. If you look into it, whatsoever answer you have before joining this platform, it has already been answered even before you ask us. And for more clarity, you can as well ask us. Now, this is the topic, energy audit. And what does this say? Like I have explained before, it is telling you that energy audit is the determination of the energy requirement for a building. It is a careful examination of the electrical loads. The second paragraph tells you that it is not a design or works specification. However, energy audit is required for design of a solar system solution. Now listen to the other part of it. It says that without an accurate energy audit, it's simply impossible to design a sustainable solar system. That is what I have been trying to tell you. Without you properly designing your solar system, you cannot say that you have done a solar system setup. You cannot say that. You can't. It is not possible. It is not. You might be an expert in connecting cables together, but when we come to solar system, we are not just connecting cables. Because you can connect cables and kill yourself. You can connect cables and kill your client. You can connect cables and burn down the facility when it comes to solar power system installations. Just to tell you guys, please note that when we talk about solar energy, we are talking about DC energy, and so we are also happy to inform you that DC energy is more dangerous than your AC energy. So that is a takeaway from this lecture. If you didn't learn anything from today's lecture, take that as a takeaway, as a free gift from us. Your DC energy source is more dangerous than your AC energy supply. So you must be very careful. Now look at the third paragraph, which I always stress out. Now the third paragraph tells you that energy audit helps you prevent oversizing of the system, safeguarding your electrical appliances from damage from inappropriate power surge, and generally saves you cost. Now let us connect the item 1 with item 3. We will talk about the item 2, which is what? Safeguarding of your electrical appliance solar system. Let us talk about how it saves you or prevents you from oversizing of the solar system. When we talk about your energy audits helping you to prevent oversizing of your solar system, it simply means that if, for instance, a client has only two appliances to power up, say a television and his laptop, or a television and a few lighting points, instead of you as a professional running a proper energy audit on that facility, you just assume that, okay, since it's a television and lighting point, 5 kVA is enough, 4 batteries is enough, 4 batteries are enough, 10 solar panels are also good to go, 80 amp charge controller is perfect. Have you done a nice job? Have you done the job you are asked to do? Yes. But have you done a nice job? No. You didn't do a nice job, but you only did the job you were your services that was what requested. But you didn't do it very well. Because on the long run, your client is going to discover that from a more professional person that you have, in a way, oversized his system. That is one. Two, having oversized his system, you have overestimated the cost of installing that system. That is why the item 1 tells you that it helps you prevent oversizing of your system, and then two generally saves you costs. Now, connecting all these things, talking about the item 2 now, which tells you about safety. This energy audit also helps you to take care of safety as it concerns your solar power system, and it is one of the basic things we also take care of when we talk about your solar system. Safety is of essence. Safety is paramount. Safety is one of the things we usually talk about. You must, as a professional, safeguard not just the life of your appliances but also the life of your solar component. Yes, recently in Nigeria we have been having heavy rains, heavy thunderstorms, heavy lightning. Thunderstorm, you might not have issues with it. For those of you who are very professional in electricity, you have no issues with thunderstorm. Thunderstorm is not what causes problems for you, but lightning is what does the damage to your system. So how do you prevent against what? Lightning? Or do you think lightning cannot affect your system? Lightning can affect your solar system. Starting from your solar panel, it can actually damage the whole of your solar system if not properly protected. So what do you need to do? You need to use safety components and gadgets such as breakers, fuses, surge, your changeovers, either the manual changeover or the automatic changeover. You have your voltage monitors, you have your lightning arresters, you have your grounding. Oftentimes, installers have always called out to us and asked us if grounding and earthing is important in your solar system, and we keep saying yes, it is important. Like I said it before, you might be an electrician, you might be very good in connecting cables, but you might know how to run your grounding for your AC, but then when it comes to your solar system, do you know how to handle it? Remember, there are two parts to your solar system. You have the DC part and you have the AC part. If you do not know, that is a more reason why you should stick with us. Now, the next slide I'm showing, the picture I'm showing on my screen right now, is are the various safety components. Yes, they are the various safety components. As you can see, you have your breakers, you have your fuse, you have your surge, you have your changeovers. Now, if you look at, you can see two different breakers here. You have the one we call MCB and the one we call MCCB. Do you know how to use them? Do you know how best to use each and every of these solar components? Yes. Okay, we have spoken a lot. We have spoken a lot. And we know that you guys are also following up and are also learning a lot from us tonight. The train is not over yet. We are just what? Starting. However, we have some other announcement for you guys. Firstly, we are happy to inform you guys, due to the network connectivity issues we know that most of you have during these live class sessions, we are happy to inform you that this live class that we are here right now is recorded. It is being recorded as we are live right now and will be shared with you guys. And the complete videos will be given to every one of you who fulfills all righteousness. So if you are just going up and down, going off and on, having network connectivity challenges, please do not worry because the videos will be made readily available to you on request if you fulfill all righteousness. And two, there will be time for questions and answers on this very platform. So don't be scared. All you need to do, please, is speak from a quiet background. That was why we said if you're in a quiet background, you can speak to us. If you're not in a quiet background, please use the chat box to send in your messages as text, and we will read it out aloud and attend to it accordingly. I hope that is very clear. I hope that is very, very, very clear. Okay, so having said that, let us take the first session of questions quickly. If there are any questions, let us take it right now before we proceed. Unmute yourself, tell us your name, tell us your location, and then you can take your question. If
Hello.
yes, talk to me, sir.
I want to find out on earthing. What is the standard practice? Should you connect to the already existing earthing? For example, a house is already there and you are on, the utility or stay or what city power. But now, because of these load shedding issues, want to have a backup arrangement whereby you say you can be using solar when the city power goes. Now you find that already a house it has its own earthing. Should you go to the already existing earthing, or you have to come up with another earthing for solar?
Okay, sir. So earthing is one of the safety measures. Yes, it is what we take care of here, like I said earlier. However, we may not be able to take it on this very platform because this is still the free platform. Yes, I believe that Mr. Nyabe, you are a paid student. That means you have paid your training fee. So what you can do, sir, since you have a question on earthing, two things you can do. Either you bring the question to the next class, which is going to be entirely for strictly for paid students like yourself, or you can ask on the premium class platform, that platform that we have added you immediately your payment was confirmed. Please ask there and we will attend to that question on earthing. Okay, anything safety, we don't take it on this platform. It is strictly for paid students.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So, any other question or questions on what we have discussed so far before we proceed? All right. So in the absence of no other question or questions, we would like to proceed accordingly. Now, I will be sharing my screen again. I'll be sharing my screen again. Now, in sharing my screen, what you can see here, what you all can see here, is a typical example and energy audits that have been done. Okay. All right. So what you are seeing on my screen, like I said earlier, is a typical example of an energy audit system that we have done, or we are going to look at today. For the purpose of tonight's class, we are going to focus on what we call electrical load analysis. Remember, we talked about energy audit and we said clearly that energy audit helps you to take care of the energy requirement of your facility and then use that information to size your various solar components. Now, in the process of you trying to get the energy requirement of your facility, you are expected to look at what we call load analysis, electrical load analysis. Now, what is an electrical load analysis? Electrical load analysis is a calculation, a series of calculations which tells you your energy need. Electrical load analysis is that table which gives you the various appliances and its various details that concerns those appliances, details that tells you things about those appliances that would help you in order for you to know the energy being consumed by the appliances. Yes, so that's what you call electrical load analysis. That is what we call electrical load analysis. Now let's take analogy of what we call electrical analysis before we then dive into it. Let's say our client for tonight is Mr. Nyabe. Mr. Nyabe, I believe, is a Zambian. So let's say he has invited us to run a solar system for him in his facility. And on getting there are two basic questions to ask him. One, the energy need of the facility, and two, the backup time. Now, two basic questions and a third one as a bonus. Taking them one after the other. Asking Mr. Nyabe to give us his energy need. Mr. Nyabe might be new to solar system and might not understand what we are talking about. So we then break it down for him by asking him to give us the various appliances he wishes to power up using the solar system. At that point in time, he can now say he wants to power up his inverter. He wants to power up his TV. He wants to power up his radio, his light bulb, his freezer, and blender. Whatever he wants to power up, we will keep it and run a test on them, a basic design on them. Then we will ask him the second question, which I've asked earlier, his backup time. That backup time simply tells you how much time or how long Mr. Nyabe wants his solar system to run. Okay, yeah. Then we go ahead to ask him the third question, which is a bonus question. We go ahead simply to ask Mr. Nyabe to know his budget. So if we have sized Mr. Nyabe's facility, having a good idea of the various appliances he wants to power up using the solar system, we can now say, okay, how much does he have? Because if that facility has something like 10,000 watts, we know how many panels, how many inverters, how many batteries, we know what it costs. And we have sized Mr. Nyabe to know that probably he might or he might not be able to afford that size of system. If he can afford it, congratulations. If he can't, then we have to do what we know how to do best. And what is that? Give him what he can afford at the moment, making sure we take into consideration upgrades, future upgrades. Yes, so that whosoever that comes to make an upgrade on that system can as well just work on it and move on. Yes, and then inform Mr. Nyabe properly on how to run that system effectively. With that, we have done a very great job. Okay, now back to the data on my screen that you all can see. I said it is a typical example of a load analysis table, electrical load analysis table. Now let us assume again that Mr. Nyabe has invited us for a solar installation in his facility, and in this case it is his house. As he has invited us, we have asked him his energy requirement, his energy need, and he is telling us he wants to power up his DVD player, his light bulb, his ceiling fan, his refrigerator, and his blender. Please, at this point, you can write, okay? Because this is actually the point you can write for free on this platform. After now, you might not be able to write for free again. So you can write for free for now, okay? Thank you. So, having gotten these various appliances to be powered up using the solar system, what do? We need to run a load analysis on it in order for us to achieve what? The energy requirement or the energy need of this facility. So what do? In order for us to run a load analysis on these 5 appliances, we have to take into consideration 3 standard parameters. One, the quantity of appliance. 2, the power consumed by the appliance. 3, the running time of the appliance. Now, the quantity of appliance typically tells you or informs you of how many of the same appliance does our client intend to power up using the solar system. 2, the power consumed by the appliance tells you or gives you the information or idea of the rated wattages of each and every appliance. Now, when I said the capacity or rated wattage of each and every appliance, how do you know that? Some of you would want to ask me that question. It is very simple. For you to get the wattage or energy being consumed by your appliance, it is usually written clearly on the packaging or the body of that your appliance. On the packaging, that's where we call the nameplate. Okay, so it is clearly written out on the nameplate of that the packaging, that's the carton or the body of that appliance. So on that nameplate, you are going to be having things like the name of the appliance, the country of make, the maker, the current, the voltage, the wattage. You just go there, lift the wattage, and you are good to go. Now, the running time of the appliance tells you or informs you of how long Mr. Nyabe intends to power up these appliances. Okay, so it simply means that the running time only takes effect. Please, I repeat, the running time only takes effect when you are running that appliance, or should I say when those appliances are powered up. It is quite different from backup time. Please take note of that. It is quite different from backup time. So for those of you who will be joining the next training session, you will get to see the real difference between the backup time and the running time. They are both times, but they are not what? The same. They don't perform the same duty or function in your system design. Each one has its own specific duty or role when you are talking about your solar power system designs. So, three things to consider: quantity of appliance, power consumed by the appliance, and running time of the appliance. Those are the three things you need to take into consideration. I hope you guys are following. Are you guys still here? Can anyone still hear me?
Yes, we are.
There's only one person that can hear me. There's only one person that is here. Okay, Mr. Nyabe, our client, has raised a hand. Okay. Uh, Maybe some of you are having network connectivity issues.
I'm still here, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So proceeding and to finalize, now that we are now familiar with what we call electrical load analysis table, we know what it does for us. We know the parameters which we can use to run a load analysis on a facility. What is left for us to do right now is to have a proper idea and knowledge of this electrical load analysis. So how do we run a load analysis or load audit on these 5 appliances? We are going to be using um, a simple formula. Like I told you guys earlier, everything here on this platform is very simple. A very simple formula which says that energy need or energy consumed is equal to quantity of appliance multiplied by power consumed multiplied by the running time. Quantity of appliance multiplied by power consumed multiplied by running time. That gives you your energy consumed. Now there's a technique with which you would have to apply that formula. You are going to apply that formula in such that you get the energy being consumed by each of these 5 appliances, sum it up, that is to say, add everything up to give you the total energy consumption. So what that simply means is that you get the energy being consumed by the DVD player, get the energy consumed by the light bulb, get the energy consumed by the ceiling fan, get the energy consumed by the refrigerator, get the energy consumed by the blender, get the energy consumed by all these 5 appliances. You sum it up, that is to say, you add everything up individually, and you can now call it the total energy consumption. I hope it is very clear.
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
All right,
It's
thank you.
clear.
All right, thank you. Thank you. So let's go. So for the DVD player, 3 multiplied by 100 by 1 gives you 300 watt hour. For the light bulb, 1 multiplied by 100 by 2 gives you 200 watt hour. For the ceiling fan, 10 multiplied by 10 by 24 gives you 2400 watt hour. For the refrigerator, 3 multiplied by 10 by 4 gives you 120 watt hour. For the blender, 1 multiplied by 80 by 1 gives you 80 watt hour. So, is there anyone writing? Is there anyone calculating for us? Can you please do us the favor by telling us the total energy consumption? So, what is the energy need of this facility, please? Can anyone tell us? Can anyone tell us?
I wished I could myself, but because of the size of the font on the phone, I'm using a phone. I have challenges, and I can't. I'm not using my specs right now.
Okay, okay.
Mm.
Our client, we can excuse you for that because you are a very important person tonight and you are our client. So no problem at all. Is there any other person who can rescue us? Okay, so does that mean no other person is walking as we are walking along? Okay, so that is the information there. So the total energy consumption, which becomes the energy need of the facility, is 3100 watt hour, which simply mean and tells us that we are going to be setting up an inverter system, that will be able to power up the energy requirement of 3100 watt hour. Questions, please. All right, questions, please. We're waiting for your questions as we are wrapping up for tonight.
On my side, no question.
Okay, on your side, no questions. Thank you so much, sir. All right. I hope you all can hear me. I hope you all have gotten the information shared on this very platform tonight.
Yes, loud and clear, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Oyewole. Thank you for that response. All right. Okay, so in the absence of no other question or questions, I think we may have to proceed. All right. So our client for tonight, Mr. Nyabek, can we proceed? Are you giving us that authority to go ahead?
Let's go ahead.
All right, sir. Thank you. So from this point that we know that the energy requirement of the facility is 3100, we are now going to be using that information to size the various solar components, starting with the inverter system. We'll be talking about sizing of the inverter system now. We'll be talking about sizing of the battery system now. We'll be talking about sizing of a charge controller, charging current, and solar panels. Don't forget safety you as you're talking about solar system setup. All right. Safety as it concerns solar system installations. Yes. So that is what we are going to be talking about. However, this is where we are going to be putting a full stop to the training. Yes. Putting a full stop to the training like we always have it does not mean that the training is over. No, please. The training is not over. Rather, the training is just starting. The training is just getting more interesting. However, this is where we will be taking a pause and then allow you guys to pay those the enrollment fees we have asked you to pay. And from this point, it is only those who have paid their enrollment fees that will be continuing and completing this class on solar power system installations. By now, most of you already know how much you have to pay. Nigerians is 5,000 naira, Zambians is 300 kwacha, Ghanaians is 300 Ghana cedis, Sierra Leoneans is 300 leons, Ugandans is 45,000 Ugandan shillings. Most of you are, some of you are making direct bank transfers, Momo, and online payment platform. So please, if you are here, you do not know how much you have to pay on your payment platform, you can as well let me know. Once your payment is made and it is received and confirmed, you are entitled to getting the complete training materials, which are what? Videos and PDF documents. The PDF document is just like the one we showed you that contains the energy audit. It contains so many things that has to do with your solar power system installations. You also get to attend live classes such as this. It is going to be more interesting. It is going to be more fun when we now switch to the premium classes, because from now on we are going to be hearing premium class. Join the premium class. That is now where we're talking about all the system designs. All right. So that is where it is going to be very interesting. You discuss anything you want to discuss with us, safety as it concerns your solar power system and whatever. We'll talk about it there. In as much as there is a higher class, advanced class in this solar system, but we will give you the required and needed information. Then you also get to um, enjoy what we call mentorship. Now, the mentorship has to do with if you are an installer and you are in the field, you face any challenge or challenges, you can always get across to us. We will answer you immediately. Make sure we walk you through that your process of installing that system and you come out successfully. And finally, at the end of the training course, you are getting a training certificate from us. All right. General questions, final questions for tonight's class.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
This has nothing to do with the actual training, but the certificates that you are giving out, a foreigner to your country. I've not been to your country. I just want to know if you are accredited. This your what your institution or the certificate is accredited to
Yes,
whatever you
yes,
know.
we, we are fully accredited, sir.
Okay.
Yes, you can also verify the certificate in your country. I think is it ZI something you call it or so. That's your Zambian Engineering Institute or something
Zambia
like that.
Qualification Authority.
Yes, you can actually verify it in your
Zambia
country.
Qualification Authority.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to know. He asked whether it was accredited.
Yes, they will definitely ask you that, and you won't have any issue in getting it verified.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
all right, that's fine.
All right. Thank you so much. If there are no other questions, or is there any other question? Your payment method. If you want to make your payment, please, you can text me directly, in as much as I'm going to be pasting the payment details on the general group right now. You can pick yours from there. But if you don't want to go through the stress of scrolling, text me privately and I will send you the payment details immediately for you to pay. Once you pay, drop your payment slip on the platform for confirmation, and once it is confirmed, you'll be added to a premium class, and that is very easy for you. All right, this is where we shall be calling it a day for tonight class. We hope that you all have learned um, new things in tonight class. See you all in the next training session. Bye bye.